you know, last month I celebrated my 50th anniversary of ordination, and I'm a member of what they call the diocesan priesthood, belonging to the Diocese of Las Vegas, which basically covers the southern half of the state of Nevada. But for a brief moment, when I was a young boy at Bishop Gorman High School, I thought about being a missionary priest. I was at Gorman High School, and the Viatorians were part of the faculty, our group of priests based out of Chicago. And when the principal heard that I wanted to be a priest, was going to seminary, he said, "Why don't you become a Viatorian?" I said, "Well, where do Viatorians work?" And he said, "Well, in the Archdiocese of Chicago and the Diocese of Springfield, Illinois." And I said, "No, I don't want to go to missionary Illinois and preach to pagans there. I've lived in Vegas all my life, and I want to stay in Las Vegas, so I won't be a Viatorian." And then I got to the seminary, a high school seminary at the time. They don't have those anymore, but they did back then. And right next to our seminary, which was taught by Sulpician fathers, up on the hill was the Maryknoll Seminary, and they took classes with us, the Maryknoll students. I thought, well, maybe I'll be a Maryknoll missionary. You know, I love to travel, so that was very attractive. But I thought, no, I love Vegas. So I want to stay in Las Vegas. So here I am, a diocesan priest. And all my assignments for all 50 years have been here in Clark County. If you look up the section that I just proclaimed from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6, it will say, the mission of the 12. The mission of the 12. And the introduction I gave to it was a missionary journey commissioned by Jesus himself. So what does this mean, mission? Well, if I weren't a priest, people would ask me, what would you be otherwise? And the answers are easy. I'd be a teacher. I love to teach. So I can teach you a little bit about the word mission. Eliana. So mission comes from the Latin word missio, meaning sending out. So often a special journey. So we think of missionaries, they go out on mission. Foreign missionaries, you know, to foreign lands like Illinois and so on. But also we have diplomatic missions. When a man or woman is named the ambassador to a country, they're sent on a mission to that country, a diplomatic mission. So the word mission means sending out. The Latin word is missio. Now, we celebrate today what we call Mass. Mass also comes from the word missa, and it means dismissal. So what a Mass is, it's a dismissal ceremony. You come here to be sent out. That's why you're here. Now, the book I use, I'll put it on the altar during the Eucharistic prayer, is called the Roman Missal. It comes from the same word, missa, and it's the book of dismissal. It's the book of how we dismiss people from the building and send you out. Some of us remember the old Latin Mass that ended with ite missa est. Now, a horrible English translation is, the Mass is ended. And you respond, thanks be to God. And sometimes when you are really tired or it's been a horrible homily, you say, thank God. The Mass is ended. But that's not what ite missa est means. Ite missa est means you are sent forth. So I am a missionary priest right here in Las Vegas because I send you out on mission Sunday after Sunday and even every weekday Mass. Every Mass ends with a dismissal rite. So I'm going to talk about how you can be missionaries, and I have to listen to myself. I need to practice what I preach. Eliana, you can take the screen off. What does it mean to be a missionary? It means to be sent out. Yes, it can mean a foreign missionary to be sent out to faraway countries, but basically it means to go out and to do something. Again, religious missionaries are asked to go out, not just spread the faith, not just convert people, but sometimes they bring water supply to parts of the world that have no running water, no clear water. Sometimes they build hospitals or orphanages or schools. So they have a special mission, a special job to do. Those who are on a diplomatic mission, again, like the ambassadors, they represent the United States in all the countries of the world. They're supposed to be the president's kind of a liaison to that country and so on. So if we are sent out on a mission every single time we attend Mass, what are you supposed to do? What's your special work? Well, I suggest 3 things. And they all begin with the letter S. So I know you like to memorize things. I certainly do. So the 3 S's. The first is spiritual. We are meant to be spiritual people. We're meant to be women and men of prayer. Hopefully this isn't the only time you pray during this week. From 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Sunday morning, then I'm done for the week. I'll come back in 7 days and do it again. Hopefully prayer is part of your life every single day. Prayer is missionary work, especially when you pray for others. Pray for those who are sick, pray for those who are in trouble, pray for those who are persecuted for their faith. You know, one of the church's missionary patrons is St. Teresa of Lisieux. She never left France. She never left her convent in Lisieux. She died at age 24. And she's been proclaimed patroness of the missions because she prayed for the church out there, outside her little convent. And so that's important. If you're going to be a missionary, I send you out, and so does the deacon. When we have a deacon here, we send you out to be women and men of prayer. Whatever that means. Pray your rosary, pray your devotions, read the Bible, meditate. Find some form of prayer that you enjoy, that enriches you. Prayer is food for the soul. So that's the first part of being a missionary, is being people of prayer. Secondly, I want you to be social. Spend time with people. Didn't you miss that during this pandemic? When we were locked in our homes, we couldn't come inside this church. You stayed in your home just for the people who live there. But maybe your only contact was what we call social media. All those social media accounts. Well, now we can be in person in many situations, so spend time with people. Be social people. We are described as a social animal by some philosophers. We need to belong to a society. So summertime is a great time to be social. Even though it's 115 degrees out there, you can still be social. Have an inside barbecue. Have game night. Go swimming. Take a little vacation, whatever. Be social. Be involved with people. Don't take people for granted. One of the saddest things I see as a priest is when I'm at a funeral and someone says, "Father, I didn't spend enough time with my mother or my sisters or whatever." So to be a missionary means to be part of a family, part of a community, a circle of friends. Enjoy one another. Have a great time with each other. And the third S, if you will, is service. Serve others. We are sent out to be servants. We're sent out to help people. And there's so many ways that you can be servants. Certainly calling people who are still afraid of leaving their homes because of the pandemic. And, you know, it's coming back again, sad to say. I hope it's not as bad as it was a year ago, but this Delta variant is horrible. So people are locking themselves in their homes again. Serve them. Maybe bring them a meal. Talk to them. Serve others. Find things that you can do as a volunteer. There's many volunteer opportunities here in the parish, but there's also volunteer opportunities at the schools that your children attend and many other places. So be people of service. So that's how to be a missionary. You don't have to go to a distant land. You don't have to leave home. You don't have to give up anything. You just have to walk out of this church today and be sent out to be people of prayer, spiritual life. Make your spiritual life grow 7 days a week. To be people who are social, who enjoy the company of others, having dinners and game nights and so on. And most importantly, I think, is to be people of service. Serve others. Jesus gave that commandment, love one another. Whoever wants to be first in my kingdom must serve the rest. You are missionaries. I will send you out about 8:30 this morning to go out and make a difference. Change the world.